Right, buddy, I want to talk about Toby Collyer. He had a very good performance and a good few cameos now against Arsenal and one against Southampton last night. I think he's a very underrated player. Um, there's a lot to expect. He's going to stay at Manchester United. There's no intention to loan Collier out. Ambrose has expressed his desire to keep him at Manchester United. And you look at what we need depth in the number 6. I think number 8, we have got players. Bruno can go in there, Manu can play in there. But in number 6, Casemiro isn't good enough. And we don't really have the money to go into the market. And you look at from a player like Collier that we need, he's still young, he's only 21. He can simply go and develop, and he's been around the first team now for quite a bit. He's got a few cameos. I remember Ten Hag brought him on when Casemiro made those 2 mistakes against Liverpool at the start of the season. He's a very good player, and I think he's going to be the first one really that Amorim brings through. You can see he's taking a good look at the academy. You've got players like Kukonki travelling with the squad. Collier's being included. He will be keenly watching the academy and looking at the new prospects to come through, and I think Collier is the next one. We signed him from Brighton in 2022, and he was a very, very good player there. He was touted as one of the best in academy football. And it's just, he just keeps it very simple. He's got a lot of energy. I mean, in that game against Arsenal, he was running beyond the attackers in that game. In the last minutes, he's only 22, or 21. You can see he's way higher in the pecking order than Casemiro at the minute, and that does tell you everything. Casemiro wasn't even in the squad yesterday. He earns 350 grand a week. You can kind of see Amorim's intention: get rid of Casemiro and ultimately have and bring Collier through. You see that at Sporting, he's very good at bringing players through. Quenda was one of them. He brought through Garte, Nuno Mendes as well. I think he made his debut when he was 17. He is very good at bringing players through, whether that's at Sporting, and I think it's obviously going to take time, but that's the aim to do that at United. As I said, when you do have a limited budget, United can't really spend 50-60 million on players. You're going to have to look at the academy, and I think there's some good players in there. I think Konki is definitely one of them, only 16. Jim Thwaites is one of them. Chidiobi Martin, so when we've signed Sekou Kone, Diego Leon we got coming in. United are definitely heavily investing in the youth academy. I think their under 18s have been fantastic, and Collier is another one to develop through there. In terms of his game, obviously he's a number 6. He's got energy. As I said yesterday when he came on, he just kept the ball ticking. He kept it very simple, and yeah, that's ultimately what you can expect from a player like him. As I said, he's going to stick around. There were sort of rumours that he could be going on loan to the Premier League clubs, potentially Championship clubs, but I think Amorim kind of knows we need depth in that midfield, because right now the only decent options that we have, Casemiro isn't going to fit. We have Eriksen, Ugarte, Manu, Eriksen. And Eriksen isn't good enough. Yes, he got an assist, but I don't want to see him really play in games like against Southampton where you need him. Yes, he does offer much, but... And you've also got Bruno. Mount you can't rely on either. So we have got limited options in that midfield, and that's probably why Amorim's looking to keep him. You look as well going forward in the summer, we're probably going to get rid of Casemiro. We are going to get rid of Casemiro. Hopefully Eriksen's going to go. Mount, he could go as well. So we're going to be losing potentially 3 or definitely 2 midfielders, and that's why Amorim's probably looking at it, because we do need to sign a midfielder anyway. But if Casemiro and Eriksen leave, we needed 2, and I don't think we have the money for that. There's obviously limited budget, so that's why keeping Collier will be fantastic. I think he is a very, very good talent and an amazing talent. There's still, like Amad Diallo, he's showing glimpses, obviously less. He hasn't had his opportunity, but you can see the way Amorim talks about him. He said he's a player who gets opportunity, and you could look at maybe against Brighton, maybe in certain games he does start, because you have to give him a chance, and we are giving him cameos. I thought against Southampton was a perfect opportunity to start him. But ultimately, it's Amorim's decision, and up to Amorim really to see what's best for Manchester United, and that's what he says. But you can see in the last few games, Arsenal, he's been on the bench before, he's played games before, but Senior, I think he's going to keep being in the squad, and you can see we're trying to ship out these players who are on lots of money, the Casemiros, the Eriksens, even other departments. Rashford, he's on a lot of wage. And then you have to bring through the academy, because you have to make the use of what you have, and that's ultimately what Amorim has talked about. But yeah, I think Collier is a very top talent, and I think he can definitely improve. I think he's going to be a key part to play this season. You have to trust him, because we don't have any games, for example, like the Europa League game where you can just throw him into because we're through in the group. It's not like that anymore. But you have to trust the younger players, and I think Collier is the next talent. He's an amazing player and a very top talent who can definitely have a good career at United. Thanks for watching.